Good day viewers, welcome to another edition of the Daily Strange Stories. I'm John Brown. Happy Wednesday. We're halfway through the week, I hope you're feeling accomplished and motivated. Our lead story for today. Matlala bans police as condition for his explosive testimony at ad hoc committee to spend Christmas and New Year holidays in prison. Christmas and New Year's in Kgosi Mampuru Prison. That's the stark reality facing Vusimuzi Matlala, a man whose name has become synonymous with controversy in South Africa. But this isn't just another prison story. Matlala is about to become a key witness in a parliamentary investigation into corruption within the police. As he prepares to deliver what many expect to be a revealing testimony before a parliamentary ad hoc committee investigating deep-rooted claims of corruption within the police force, Matlala has set one major condition: he refuses to be moved under heavy police protection. This stance comes at a time when his life is already entangled in a web of serious accusations, and now, with the festive season approaching, he finds himself facing the reality of spending Christmas and New Year's behind bars in Kgosi Mampuru Prison in Pretoria. The shocking part? Matlala is rejecting police protection even as he prepares to testify. What's driving this decision? What secrets does he hold? And who is willing to stop him from revealing them? The clock is ticking, and the stakes are higher than ever. This unfolding story pulls back the curtain on a man whose name has become synonymous with controversial business dealings, alleged criminal networks, and high-stakes political inquiries, all while he remains locked up awaiting a trial that could reshape his future. Matlala's upcoming appearance before the ad hoc committee is not just another hearing, it represents a pivotal moment in an ongoing probe that has captured public attention for its potential to expose how criminal elements may have woven themselves into the fabric of law enforcement and even political funding. The committee, formed to dig into allegations of police corruption, has been actively arranging for Matlala to provide oral evidence. Scheduled tentatively for the end of this month, between November the 26th and 28th, his testimony is being anticipated as a key piece in understanding claims that a so-called Big Five drug cartel has infiltrated aspects of South African policing and possibly influenced political ambitions. Matlala himself has been named in these allegations, particularly during sessions of the related Madlanga Commission of Inquiry, where he was described as a central player in this network. What makes Matlala's situation particularly intriguing is his insistence on specific arrangements for his testimony. Currently held in Kgosi Mampuru Prison while awaiting trial for charges including attempted murder linked to an incident involving his former girlfriend Tebogo Thobejane, Matlala has expressed concerns about his safety if transported to Cape Town for an in-person hearing at Parliament. He has made it clear through communications that he does not want to travel under police guard, questioning the logistics of his accommodation and overall security in the city. This reluctance has prompted the committee to explore alternatives, including the possibility of holding the hearing right at the prison in Pretoria. Committee chairperson Soviet Lekanyane has noted that Matlala was quick to respond to their invitation, showing eagerness to appear, but he raised pointed questions about where he would stay and how he would be moved without relying on police transport. To address these issues, the committee's legal team has been working through the details, clarifying what Parliament can provide, such as transport and accommodation, and what falls outside their scope, like enhanced personal security. Similar concerns have been echoed by other potential witnesses, such as Brown Mukhosi, who has inquired about protection for himself and his family, along with costs for travel and lodging. The committee has assured that while they can handle basic logistics, broader security matters must be managed elsewhere. Despite these hurdles, there is no indication that witnesses are unwilling to participate, it is simply a matter of sorting out the practicalities to ensure smooth proceedings. In a move that highlights the committee's flexibility, members have unanimously supported the idea of traveling to Pretoria to conduct the hearing at Kgosi Mampuru Prison. This decision stems from an earlier principle established by the committee to avoid virtual hearings, prioritizing face-to-face interactions for the sake of thoroughness. ANC MP Kusela Sangoni has voiced strong backing for this approach, emphasizing that if going to Pretoria is the best way to secure the witness, then the committee should proceed. Other MPs, including those from various parties, have reacted positively, seeing it as a practical solution to logistical challenges. Parliamentary legal advisor Rudzan Impilo has provided detailed insights into the prison's capabilities after officials visited the facility earlier this month. The prison boasts a hall that can accommodate the committee's needs, including space for members of the public. This venue is equipped with support infrastructure such as holding rooms and ablution facilities. It can host up to 400 people and is flexible, allowing divisions to make the space smaller if needed. Adequate chairs, tables, and even catering areas are available, with stable internet connectivity ensuring that proceedings can be broadcast or recorded without interruption. The Department of Correctional Services has expressed willingness to expand capacity if required, though some information and communication technology aspects still need final checks before a decision is locked in. This arrangement not only resolves Matlala's transport concerns but also opens the door for the committee to potentially hear from other witnesses while in Tebogo, as suggested by economic freedom fighters MP Lee and Matthews. The committee is also pushing for an extension of its mandate, which is currently set to end on November 28. A letter is being finalized to request more time from the Speaker of the National Assembly, Tebogo, citing the need to accommodate additional witnesses like information peddler Brown Mukhotsi, police whistleblower Patricia Mashale, and investigator Paula Sullivan. Furthermore, the committee must process 268 written public submissions and allow time for deliberations to compile a final report. All political parties have agreed on the need for this extension, though they stress the importance of setting a firm end date to avoid indefinite delays, drawing comparisons to long-running inquiries like the Zondo Commission. Matlala's role in this probe traces back to explosive claims made by KwaZulu-Natal Provincial Police Commissioner Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, which led to the establishment of both the Ad Hoc Committee and the Madlanga Commission. These allegations point to a drug cartel, dubbed the Big Five, that has allegedly penetrated policing structures and may have funded political activities. Matlala's name surfaced prominently in the Madlanga Commission, positioning him as a key figure in this network. Adding layers to his profile, Matlala has been linked to suspicious business dealings, including being flagged by the late whistleblower Babita Deokaran for irregular contracts at Tembisa Hospital. More recently, in June 2024, his company, Medicare 24 Tshwane District, secured a 360 million rand tender for police health services, despite lacking apparent qualifications, amid accusations of fraud, fronting, and collusion. These business entanglements intersect with Matlala's legal troubles, which have kept him in custody and now ensure he will spend the upcoming holidays in prison. Just this week, on November 10, Matlala and his co-accused appeared in the Alexandra Magistrates Court, where their case was transferred to the Johannesburg High Court. The trial, centered on charges stemming from a 2023 shooting incident on the N1 near Santon that targeted Tebogo Thobejane and left her friend with a spinal cord injury, is set to begin on January 29, 2026. The state alleges this was a premeditated act, with Matlala accused of orchestrating it alongside conspiracy to commit murder, fraud, money laundering, and defeating the ends of justice. Matlala's co-accused include his wife Tsagani Matlala, Musa Gegana, Tleko Floyd Mabusela, and Thabiseng Nzama, who is Mabusela's daughter. They face a total of 25 charges, including 11 counts of attempted murder from 3 separate shooting incidents between August 2022 and January 2024. These incidents encompass the 2022 shooting of Pretoria taxi boss Joe Sibanyoni, the 2024 shooting of entertainer Seunkie DJ Vetus Mogubung, and the attack on Thobejane, which also injured her friends Anele Malinga and Kumbulani Ngube. Additional charges involve unlawful possession of firearms and ammunition, with Nzama specifically accused of facilitating fund transfers knowing the money came from criminal activities. While Tsagani Matlala and Nzama have been granted bail of 20,000 rand and 10,000 rand respectively, allowing them to remain free during the holidays, Matlala, Gegana, and Mabusela will stay in custody. Gegana and Mabusela abandoned their bail applications, and Matlala's own bail request was denied in October, followed by an unsuccessful appeal in the High Court. During their recent court appearance, Matlala and his wife shared a brief hand grasp as proceedings adjourned, a small human moment amid the gravity of the charges. Complicating the narrative further, Matlala has recently changed legal representation, now employing Bronwyn Forbey, who previously defended alleged Gupta associate Iqbal Sharma in a high-profile case involving a 24.9 million rand feasibility study contract that was subcontracted at a fraction of the cost, with funds allegedly funneled to Gupta-linked entities. That case saw an initial discharge overturned by the Supreme Court of Appeal and is now headed to the Constitutional Court. Matlala's choice of Forbey signals his intent to mount a robust defense against the mounting charges, which for him personally total 19, including the attempted murder counts, 3 conspiracy charges, 4 money laundering offenses, and 1 fraud count. Gegana faces 20 charges, and Mabusela faces 24 charges. This web of cases is not isolated, it connects to other high-profile matters involving figures like Gatiso Molefe, who has been linked to Matlala in broader allegations of organized crime. Molefe, who was recently granted a 400,000 rand bail after a controversial appeal, appeared in the same court on charges related to the 2022 killings of musician Opa DJ Somebody Sefoga and his bodyguards Sibusiso Walter Mokoena and Sandile Sean Mieza in Woodmead, in Gauteng. He is also charged in connection with the March 2022 killing of Hector DJ Vintos Buthelezi in Soweto, and efforts are underway to centralize these dockets with others, including the 2024 murder of engineer Armand Swart in Vereeniging and the shooting of Don Tingleni on the N1 highway in Johannesburg. The state is pushing to merge these cases, involving accused like former police officer Michael Puletau, Gegana, and Mabusela, to present a unified prosecution. Prosecutors have submitted applications to the National Director of Public Prosecutions for centralization, citing dockets from Vereeniging and Johannesburg jurisdictions. A recent postponement to December 3 reflects ongoing efforts to consolidate, with Tau's absence from court attributed to custodial issues managed by correctional services. Once approved, these matters will likely transfer to the High Court, streamlining what could become one of the most intricate trials in recent South African history. Matlala's story extends beyond these charges into the realm of political intrigue. Sidelined Police Minister Senzo Mthunu, placed on special leave by President Cyril Ramaphosa amid the corruption allegations, has referenced an affidavit from Matlala claiming no personal acquaintance between them. This detail emerged in parliamentary discussions, adding fuel to questions about how deep the alleged cartel connections run. The ad hoc committee's work parallels the Madlanga Commission, both born from Mkhwanazi's claims, and upcoming testimonies this week from figures like National Prosecuting Authority head Shamila Batohi and Mthunu's Chief of Staff Cedric Nkabinde are expected to shed more light. As the committee prepares to visit Kgosi Mampuru Prison, the facility's readiness underscores the lengths being taken to accommodate Matlala's conditions. The prison's dividable spaces, reliable internet, and capacity for public attendance ensure that his testimony can proceed transparently, potentially drawing hundreds of observers. This setup avoids the complications of transporting Matlala to Cape Town, respecting his aversion to police guard while maintaining the inquiry's integrity. Delving deeper into Matlala's background reveals a man who rose through tenderpreneur circles, earning the Cat moniker for his elusive business tactics. His company's 360 million rand police health services tender, awarded despite no evident expertise, has been scrutinized for possible fronting and collusion, echoing Deokaran's warnings about Tembisa hospital contracts. Deokaran, tragically murdered after exposing irregularities, had highlighted Matlala's involvement in suspicious dealings, linking him to broader patterns of procurement fraud. These elements paint a picture of a network where business, crime, and politics intersect. Matlala's alleged role in the Big Five cartel suggests operations that extend to influencing police operations and political funding, with implications for national security.
Amongst these cartels, which are made up of different syndicates, there is one identified in the country known as Big Five, which have since been identified as being very sophisticated, and it has got widespread influence, and it's involved in a broad spectrum of their illicit activities. The structure and the leadership of the particular cartel that will dominate our current my current testimony is believed to be having its head office in Gauteng for obvious reasons. Gauteng is the economic powerhouse of the country, and then with syndicates and groupings, or the capability of the same cartel to operate throughout the country. That is the currently identified structure and leadership of the cartel. The currently identified cartel, known as Big Five, is having a structure as reflected, with the main commodity being drugs. This is an ongoing project investigation from the identification of the Big Five, the progress made. Those that are mentioned, reflected there in their boxes or positions, they've already been addressed, being a Mr. Kgosi Mampuru, as well as a Mr. Vusimuzi Matlala, and then the other three are still being addressed.
So the reason for the skulls is because you can't name those individuals at this point?
That is correct, Commissioners.
Well, not in public.
That is correct, Commissioners.
The committee's extension request acknowledges the complexity, ensuring time to hear from all key players and review public inputs, which number in the hundreds and reflect widespread concern. In the Thobejane incident, details emerge of a calculated ambush on the busy N1 highway, where shots were fired, injuring multiple people and leaving lasting physical impacts. The state's case builds on evidence of planning, financial transactions traced through Nzama's alleged money laundering, and connections to the other shootings. For instance, the Sibanyoni attack in 2022 involved similar patterns of targeted gunfire, while the Mogubung incident in 2024 added layers of public figure involvement, heightening media interest. Matlala's detention during the holidays symbolizes the unyielding grip of justice amid these probes. As Christmas lights brighten homes across South Africa, he and his co-accused in custody will mark the season within prison walls, a stark contrast to their former lifestyles. This reality underscores the gravity of the charges and the ongoing efforts to hold accountable those accused of orchestrating such acts. The broader implications ripple through society, prompting questions about trust in institutions. With the trial set for early 2026 and Matlala's testimony potentially unveiling more about corruption's reach, this saga continues to evolve. It highlights the challenges of balancing witness safety, logistical hurdles, and the pursuit of truth in a nation grappling with systemic issues. As this detailed account draws to a close, one cannot help but wonder about the hidden truths Matlala might reveal and how they could reshape perceptions of power in South Africa. What would you want Matlala's testimony to uncover about the alleged cartel and police corruption? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching this news bulletin. Please share your opinion in the comments section. We would be glad to read and respond to your comments. Let's meet again tomorrow in our next strange story. I hope you have a wonderful Thursday.